Good morning. I'm Dr. Arvind Kanijo. I'm a pathologist by educational qualification and by training. Uh, I'm also a transfusion medicine specialist, and I've been working in this field for the past 12 years after I specialized from GMC Meerut, Maharashtra. Now, uh, it's been 12 years now, and I was kind of always perplexed by this fact that all the quality assurance and quality control measures that we follow in laboratory medicine and to some extent in blood banking also, they're all pretty much restricted to the analytical part of the tests with very little stress on pre-analytical and post-analytical scenario as in laboratory medicine and the blood bank. uh, Blood bank they're still to be developed. Yes, coming back to the lab part, uh, there was this problem of being restricted to the analytical part itself, and I did realize that pre-analytical and post-analytical variations extending up to a huge extent were affecting the performance of the laboratory as a business unit. Uh, Business was often not able to take off in time, or took off in a pretty slow way, or then was not able to match up to the expectations of the boss or the expectations of the organization and used to fall short quite a few times on the expectations of the clients also, that's the patients and the doctors being served. I did come across Greenbelt Six Sigma course on the net, and I've been searching for that for the past 1 year almost. When I came in touch with these guys from consultants from Benchmark Six Sigma, and the consultants or their specialists themselves did uh, help clear my doubts to a big way. To did make me realize that yes, Six Sigma would be a good thing to learn, which could be applied here. And last year in the month of March, I came in for a green belt training with Benchmark Six Sigma, and I did learn a lot of things. And frankly, it's helped clear my mind of all those small issues which were creeping up around them. कि अब क्या करूँ, इसका क्या करूँ, उसका क्या करूँ, all those were going down as कुछ नहीं कर सकते यार, कुछ नहीं कर सकते यार, it's beyond my scope. I mean, beyond my scope in the sense beyond my thought process also. And there was so much of variation about ये किया तो क्या होगा, वो किया तो क्या होगा, रिस्क है बहुत, ये सब नहीं कर पा रहा था. uh, the Greenbelt Six Sigma did give me a very clear outlook into how these processes could be improved in a big way, so that all the efforts you're putting into quality assurance norms, following your total quality management, following Westcard rules, all the 10 Westcard rules to the fullest, how they could give you better outputs. Uh, that's what I learned in Greenbelt, and what I learnt up there was like things like first of all trying to define a project. Trying to define a project, there were these issues of supplier, input, process, output, and most important of all, customers. All these things I learned to kind of assemble them together. Uh, I looked into bigger organizations, maybe in the US and a few in Japan. Try to look into their working processes, and then use the same at my end with a proper thought process in place, not just copy cat stuff because that doesn't give you real benefits. Uh, and then there was this I learned to Greenbelt where I learned to make a project charter. uh, all the facts it should include the project charter, all the goals statement, and team building, and everything. And then involved in the green belt training part. And then the one wonderful part I learned was process mapping in the green belt. Process mapping itself helped clear a lot of problems, wherein I learned to map each and every process in laboratory business, right from patient coming into the lab area, everything. The kind of parking place for the customer, and the time he spends on traveling to the lab, and the kind of reception he receives at the lab, the kind of facilities he finds at the lab, the kind of look of the lab he or she would possibly appreciate or be scared of, uh, that. And then what kind of look would give him more confidence into the laboratory quality setup, and the paisa vasool thought process in the lab. And that was really fantastic. Wherein I got to learn the decision points, uh, how 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 decentralization would help this process, in the sense, rather than have five bosses each reporting to the other, and then you being at the bottom of the ladder. That takes a long time. Plus, there can be some variations in between. Maybe your boss doesn't like you, and then the system is in for a problem. It's not just you. And I did realize that, and then did make efforts to kind of reduce that sequence of five people sitting over the other. And instead of that, I prefer that the phlebotomist sitting in the phlebotomy room himself or herself has been authorized to make decisions as to what is to be done and what is not to be done, and how each client is to be dealt with, rather than passing on those problems to the next level to deal with, to his supervisor. And uh, that was about the define phase. And then the next thing I learned again in the process phase was there was this attribute analysis, and process repeatability, process reproducibility, and the accuracy of the system when compared to external standards, or when compared to internal standards, or when compared to the history available. That again was a major issue in process change. And then there was this wonderful process of fishbone analysis, or Pareto chart analysis I learned in Greenbelt, wherein I could actually quantify the importance of each and every input factor considered into the output, as to which input really subjectively I feel, okay, it may be important, or not just me, subjectively many of my team members may feel that this is really the major stuff and it should be corrected to cause an to improve the output. But then that may very well just be a subjective factor. So we learn to actually sit together, and to create a fishbone diagram for the process, the detailed involvement of each and every step in a process. It was really interesting, very nice. I learned so many new things. Uh, for example, I learned that I also learned that um, the I mean, it's not just the laboratory business which needs a lot of authority. I also learned that IT department also needs a lot of authority at operational levels, at extremely low operational levels. They need a lot of authority to actually speeden up the process. I learned that during my fishbone study, that a billing delay of nearly 2 hours, a billing delay of 2 hours could be avoided if the operational level individual, or the hardware specialist, has an authority to purchase simple equipment like mm, a new processor for the system, or purchase communication ports costing around about 200-300 rupees, that's it. Or even buying a cable costing around about 60 rupees,